They just ate them.
Not against the law.
I know.
Right? Possession, not against the law.
Always.
I'm so
Looks like
mad.
we are live.
Are we live now?
Oh, are we?
He always records a little bit before we actually start. So probably what you just said was on there.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe, maybe not. Half the time I'm not even sure. All of a sudden you're,
May catch
I don't
something
remember
incriminating one
saying
day.
that. I don't remember saying that.
Like, it should never happened.
Is there anybody out there? Is there anybody out there? Cheers!
Oh, hi.
Hi. How you doing? I'm Josh. This
I'm
is Kevin. Got Jasmine.
Hi.
And we got a special...
She's over here.
Oh, see that completely out. There she is. There she is.
Cool. This is what
And
you've
we're
done.
just hanging out. You know it's Sunday because there's shenanigans going on.
Because we don't want
They don't go on any other day?
Oh, no, just Sundays around here on Artisalt anyhow.
I call bullshit. I
Yeah.
told you they're good.
How's everybody doing tonight? We got part 2 of this bad boy. We might finish it up tonight. We might not, but we're going to work on it. You can see I've got the original Hansen back today. Bop, bop, bop. He was
that Hansen.
He
is the
was
one that
busy
here.
working on his cover band, you know.
Oh.
Had rehearsal with bopping.
Well, the
So
Hansen
do
should have
you,
been
like,
there.
Exclusively do Hansen covers, like nothing else.
I've been thinking about I could get John Hansen, play drums. His brother plays guitar.
Yeah.
Hansen, the one that was here
Mhm.
with his first name, he plays a little bit of everything.
See?
So boom,
Yeah, I say go for it.
Exclusively
I
do
know.
Hansen
I say
covers.
go for
we'll
it.
do just
But,
Hansen
like,
covers.
punk
Yeah.
rock Hansen.
Anybody think that's a good idea out there in internet lands? What's up, Stephanie? Hanging out. Yeah. Did you
I
have
could've
a good
forgot
Thanksgiving?
What that noise was, and it was the dog.
Yeah, I went over to a friend's tonight.
Oh yeah, she's nesting.
That's cool. Let her rest up.
Maggie the nester. Don't nest there because we got to paint there.
She's like, wow.
Okay, don't nest there because we got to paint there.
Here.
But yeah, we had 2 Thanksgivings on Thanksgiving and then one on Friday. I went over to Buddy's and we grilled out today a little bit before. Had a few cervezas and drank some coffee.
No, me, I spent Thursday with some friends that invited me over, but then we usually do the big thing last couple of years. Haven't really done big thing with my family since my dad died, but
Yeah.
I was actually spent most of the time moving my mom into a retirement over 60 apartments.
Yeah.
Those over 60 apartment people are crazy. Oh my gosh, because they just don't care.
They don't care.
They just don't care. They're just going to have fun no matter what. So that's what I did. Now I'm here.
Got tuned in time. Good job. You get an A for the day, Stephanie.
Oh,
Yeah, old Maggie. She's a hoot.
She used to jump up there all the time. Maybe if she gets some attention, she'll stay this time.
Wanda's gonna play with her.
Yeah, like I said, it's good to spend time with family.
Mm-hmm.
I sell a lot of turkey and
What?
whatnot.
I've had my
I
fill.
don't like turkey.
I like it
didn't
when
eat
I
that.
cook it, but it seems like everybody else, it's always too dry. You know.
This one actually wasn't. No, I was rather surprised. So
And I'm usually requested to make turkey. I mean, I brine it, I do it all up. It's an undertaking.
but it's the cranberry sauce and because I love cranberry sauce,
Oh,
especially
I wanted
homemade.
to.
Especially if it's homemade, and that's what this was. My cranberry is like, give me those cans. It comes out in that jello and stuff.
It's like a gelatinous.
Yeah.
You can slice it in the.
Like dog food.
And it like jiggles every time
Yeah.
you walk past it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Like I said,
I know it's like the white meat, especially on it's usually so dry. It's like, who brought this cardboard in here?
I know.
I mean, I've eaten worse, so I really can't say anything. I just don't like turkey. Like, I don't know, which I don't really eat meat anyway anymore. But I was always a ham girl.
Yeah.
Like I was just gonna eat the ham.
Yeah, like I said, I'm
Way
not.
tastier.
I can't do the ham. I'm not a fan of the ham.
Really? No, like with some pineapple on it.
No kidding.
I like
glazed.
pineapple on just about anything.
When it's a glazed
Yeah.
ham. Heck yeah.
Mhm.
It was. I tried to go get pizza last night because I was like, I can no more turkey. I'm gonna go get a pizza. I've been craving breadsticks from Pizza Hut, man. And they've got the
Best
best
breadsticks.
breadsticks. Blah, blah, blah. And the lobby was closed. I'm like, you fuckers. Like, I wanted to sit down. Now I gotta wait here, and then I mean, it's all right waiting there at a table, but oh my god. And then they couldn't break 100, so I'm like, I'm out. And we ended up, where did we go? Oh, just the Bronx.
They don't make enough money to break $100.
Guess not.
Well, I mean, because they have like tills
Yeah.
where they have like a certain amount of cash. So.
Well, no, I know how it works. I was just
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
a bunch of ones.
It's like the stripper ones, like sort of.
I mean, it spins, I guess, but then we went to Brahms and gingerbread ice cream. I've never had it, didn't know it was a thing. And I'm like, I love gingerbread. Surely I gotta love the ice cream.
Was it good?
It was not
It
good.
was awful.
It was not awful, but it was not good. I mean, I ate most of it.
And at
But
that point, why order it?
yeah, but I mean, I'd never had it, so I had to try it. And
Mm.
we don't normally do ice cream, so it's been I've kind of been trying to do. I've had a little bit of extra money, so I'm trying to do stuff with the kids. So I was like, okay, you can get ice cream this time because every time we go, it's ice cream. It's like nah. And it's usually not because of the money, it's usually because I'm ready to go. You're wearing me out, kid.
Yeah, we went to Brahms too Friday
I'm
and
gonna figure out how
had
we're gonna do
had
these.
those Christmas sundaes they had there. The one was like something caramel, like cinnamon caramel. Oh, that thing was good with
Yeah.
crunchy stuff. And then the other one was peppermint sundae, chocolate sundae thing. And
Yeah.
of course those chocolate sundaes are so freaking rich. It's like, oh my
I just
god.
would. It's like the amount of fudge that they put on there, and I wish I didn't love it. But if I would be lying if I said I wouldn't drink some fudge. Like, just like
and if you don't eat it fast, it becomes a soup of
right.
fudge and soup. Yeah, so
Luana does this thing where she puts fudge in her shakes, so that way
Tracy
if it
says,
does
"Glad you
melt it
liked it,
down,
Kevin."
it's a shake.
that's what I do.
And
With
that
that.
way,
Huh?
it's easier
Tracy
to
said,
drink.
"Glad you liked it, Kevin."
Oh, there she was. Yeah, that's where I was her place.
Yeah.
So
All right. Well, like I said, we got. Let's get our formalities. Like I said, big sexy here. This is. Come up here a little closer here. This is what was. It's
Me?
too much. The ingredient needs to be toned down, but this is what the new scent sex pot will be for big sexy.
Oh, I love that.
I don't want it to be. It's too strong because I'll have to show you the other half because it's kind of a combination thing, and you can't smell the other half, and so it's
That smells delicious though. It's like candy.
yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. So that's gonna coming out.
It smells
that's
like
kind of a
everything
requirement here. He
flavor,
always
like-
pulls out the
Yeah.
new scents.
It's like-
We
like
get
the-
a new scent lately. We're getting quite a few new scents.
But like I said, that kind of replaced the question I've asked. Now I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'll get reactions just for the big sexy because I do a lot of the videos for them, and that way, pull them all together.
Well-
Because I'm like, everybody, I'm like, smell this, and everybody's like, oh my god.
As a female, like if I were still dating, which I'm not, because
Mhm.
I've got this one over here.
Yeah.
If I were still dating and it were a dude and I smelled that, I would be like, "That's the one."
Yeah.
That one right there.
Yeah. And like I said, I've used other products that kind of have the same tones, and so
Mhm.
like I said, I got ambassadorship with this one, and then the guy that had one of my favorite scents so far he had left, and so I was like, well, that's my favorite scent, so why don't you take that and add this? Yeah, she's very pampered.
Juana's like tucking her in and
She's
massaging her hips.
She's very pampered.
She
Oh,
is a massage.
Well
she
taken
loves
care
that.
of.
Yeah.
So Juana's just taking care of this dog.
So I'll go ahead and start first. Hansen started first last time, so I'm going to start first.
The other
Connor
Hansen.
says hi to everybody.
Connor's on there. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Which Connor? And
I'm
Rude.
horrible. Yes, I'm horrible with last names.
And Rude. Well, he's my guitar player in my new project.
Well, that's a good segue into that, isn't it?
Oh, it is. Yeah.
So
I think
here-
he was going to do the tickets for the show though.
I
No,
think
no,
we,
no,
We
we're-
need to figure out how to.
Well, we'll figure out. Probably just 2 tonight.
Yeah.
I got 6 total. So
Slide up into the
more
hot
likely
chair.
it'll come down to if no one on here wants them, then I'll give them to other people out in the streets. I don't.
Hit
I'm
the
just told to
streets,
give
man.
them. Yeah, just to hit the streets.
Oh, my hair's so green because that light is like, hello.
Yeah, it's got a green.
Makes my green look greener than it actually is.
I think didn't I show up here one time with my beard kind of rainbow colored?
Oh, that sounds like a
Oh,
good
I'm
time.
sure, Kevin.
All I had ever
sounds like
wanted
a
for
normal-
someone to let me do that to their beard. That's all I've
Oh,
ever wanted.
Well, I had the theatrical stuff that's in there, so
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
was playing a fairy character.
And it rinsed out.
'Cause
I wanna, like,
this is
permanently-
going to be white probably in the next couple of weeks
For the
because of
Christmas
salmon and
season.
Yeah, but I don't want it permanent. So
I would like to permanently dye someone's beard, like really bad. That's all I want, but no one will let me do it.
It's
So here
not
we are.
really good. You get the. I don't ever want to cut mine off, so I'm like, no, I'm good.
I do
And
my
mine-
own though. Like I could make it work, and then I could dye it back if they hated it. It'd be
well,
fine.
I plan on retiring next summer, maybe then, because I can always do the theatrical stuff for Captain
Mhm.
Spaulding.
You guys heard it, okay? You can't go back on it now.
No welching, Kevin.
You notice how I said maybe. So,
Oh, he put in the loophole.
no, I've been thinking
He's
about
got
it for
his
a while.
fingers crossed.
I've
Jack.
been thinking about it
His
for a
toes,
while. I
too.
just,
Yes.
why I'm almost, I'm closer to 60 than 50. Why screw everybody? It's just right now my job.
Yeah,
So
yeah. No, I get it. I don't have a beard, but I understand the concept of like the dyeing and like with the hair and stuff.
well,
it can be
it's funny how it's more acceptable for women than men first,
But then also,
and then it slowly graduates into. It
right?
used to be where men couldn't wear earrings and blah blah blah. Now they can, and so forth and so on. So just as the years go by, it's more and more acceptable for people.
For sure. Well, and I
It's
think
just-
also then there's the concept that weirds me out is like, so like it is less acceptable for my hair to look like this, and like I have the death hawk, than for me to have stretch lobes, for me to have tattoos, for me to have like all of this other stuff. And yet this,
It's slowly getting more acceptable
just-
for stuff. Though.
it is.
It's just slowly.
it just blows my mind.
Yeah, which is weird because I think it cycles.
Oh, for
To be
sure.
honest with you, I think it just
For sure.
cycles, and we'll see where it goes.
I do love
Everything
that
will be
painting.
trendy.
Everything.
20 years
Oh,
from now.
man. And I'll
This
be
whole
like,
room, we
back
don't-
in my
Yeah.
day.
Look at all the paintings we got stacked everywhere around in here.
So colorful.
We need to do it.
Someday when we're dead, somebody will appreciate us, Kevin.
One day.
Let's hurry up and die.
Same.
we just need to do a real show instead of these little half things we keep doing.
Yeah, well, you heard it here first. We're available for shows.
Well, we were ready to roll, and then everything fell apart. So
Always.
Carpet pulled out from underneath us.
yeah,
That's how it
everything did.
goes.
Damn you.
So tell us about your project now.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I get sidetracked like super easy. Okay, so this is a project that's been in the works for like 2 years. I didn't join until about like 9 months ago, maybe a little bit less. But I was asked to join or to audition for a project this last spring. And I was like, I don't know, like I'm so busy with Fractured and like all this stuff because we are constantly writing, recording, things like that, and it's a big job and it's a very serious project for me. And I was really hesitant, but then I met the guys and they were like, well, we're this band called Astral and we want a female vocalist. Like that's like specifically what they wanted. And I wrote a song for them and I got it. So I'm in this project called Astral. And we're gent, which a lot of people are like, what the fuck is gent? They're like, what is that?
Yeah, well, what is that? Because I know what I'm going to say it is, but that's probably wrong. So
So the best way that I've heard to describe it, it's like prog, but it's like more melodic.
That
Cheer
prog?
dines.
So like Spirit Box is a good example of like what gent would be considered, but they're not like stereotypical gent either. I don't know if Connor wants to like chime in the comments. On
we'll just
what-
have to get him on a later show when you actually get out and start doing stuff.
I know.
'Cause
I should have just like drug him with
I don't
me
know, there's
against
quite a
his
few
will.
Connors. I don't know if it's Connor I know or not.
I don't know. He isn't really in the scene though.
Yeah.
So Connor has a progressive metalcore is the best description. There you go.
Progressive metalcore.
Yeah.
I just don't like the word metalcore.
See, I got into metal because of like metalcore and screamo. That's like how I got here. Which
Well, it's a
explains a lot.
generational thing. I get it. I
I don't
mean,
know half of the.
don't get me wrong. I
half of
always
the
thought that
genres that
I
my
always
favorite
thought a lot
bands
of the
are.
stuff
Like,
that came out with the
uh,
screamo, I just love the music, and then the vocals would come in, and that's when it would drive me away a little bit. But then but the playing was just phenomenal.
Because they're very technically skilled players, and that's the thing that I think was missing from screamo was you lost the vocal.
Because the vocals couldn't match what was being played.
Exactly, and that is
you would find
part
a few.
of it.
You would find a few that could do it,
Right?
But and it's like any kind of
Yeah.
genre of stuff that's going on.
And I think that's one of the cool things about like female vocalists becoming more prominent in metal genres and rock genres is like I feel like it's finally reaching a point where some of those harder to match genres are finally starting to get vocalists that fit them a little bit better. A little bit less of that whiny metal core.
Right.
Because I mean, let's face it, a lot of those bands have the same type of vocalist. It's that same.
And that might be why I
whiny.
got tired of it a little bit because it's like, hey, let's become Hawthorne Heights, and I'm like, geez, come on,
Oh
people.
God, and they're emo. They're not just screamo. They're like straight up emo.
So,
Like, I mean, literally, he's
used to
like,
drive me nuts.
cut my wrist and black my eyes, and I'm like, look.
And he's actually screaming in that deep voice, like I'm crying over you, and I'm like, okay, you're growling and you're talking about crying.
And like, exactly. So I think it's like, I did like metalcore, but only in the early years of metalcore. So only like the early 2000s, like. And then after that, it kind of lost me. I've always been really into like, I've started in like symphonic metal was the big thing for me because I'm classically trained. So like opera and Broadway were my focus. So like with that, I got into metal through these like giant orchestrated pieces, like because like Nightwish, for example, if anybody knows who they are, like they have full orchestras that play with them, and so that's what I wanted to do was like that. But symphonic metal is like next level, and you don't know very many people that are like, yeah, let's put together this.
It's basically TSO right now.
Yeah.
It's funny because a lot of TSO, but then when you tell them that they're from Sabotage, a lot of people will give you this look like, what are you talking about? And it's basically all the members from Sabotage doing TSO, and I don't blame them for doing TSO because now they're getting paid very well. I mean, they're getting paid okay before, but yeah,
it makes a difference.
That's symphonic. That's funny because you were talking about that. I was listening to my all-time, if I had to pick a band, would be Judas Priest because I just grew up from Wings of Destiny to now. And that Nostradamus CD they did is very orchestral. I mean, it's actually a concept. Because as I'm listening to it, it's an actual 2 CD concept
album.
And for Judas Priest, that's kind of rare. But I love what I'm hearing out of it. And I've been playing the heck out of my truck the last couple of days. So
that's how it goes. I'd say that's the thing. Like I've always really been into like industrial metal and prog and like those types of like more obscure genres that I think people just don't really listen to.
And that's kind of what you're doing with Fractured, right?
So Fractured's a little more new metal-y. So we're more in that like Rob Zombie, Marilyn Manson, like that type of genre. Yeah, that's closer to what we're doing with Fractured. But with this band, that was the cool thing when I first started listening to a lot of the tracks. So Connor does all of our recording, all of our producing, mixing, mastering, everything. He handles all the stuff because he has a background in EDM. So he does a lot of his own stuff for that. And he's incredible, but he writes most of our music. And so I got to listen to a bunch of the tracks and I was just like, man, this dude writes like a fucking symphonic piece, basically. He's got so many intricate, like different layers of melodies and rhythms, and it's just like incredible the things that he wrote. And I was like, no, this is what I want though. This is what I've wanted to do. It's like it's symphonic metal in my opinion, but without the orchestra. So he's found a way to layer so many different styles and sounds into like one song. And we have songs that are like 11 minutes long, but we also have songs that are like 4 minutes long. So it's a very weird situation to be in, but I honestly I love it. It has been such an awakening moment for me. And Connor, he isn't in any other bands. He's only done like his own like EDM stuff. But then we also, on bass, we have Cameron Bowler or Baller. Yeah, that him. I should have asked him how to say it. So he actually plays bass for
Sometimes they'll answer in a little bit.
I feel you. He plays bass for the Throes of Rejection stuff.
Oh, okay.
So Cameron does. He's amazing.
Oh, that's coming up actually, isn't it?
Yeah. So the 10th, December 10th.
2 weekends from now.
Yeah, it's actually the same day as that Fractured show that I'm playing. So John's having to double book that night. It's going to be interesting. But it's December 10th. The Throes of Rejection show is at Temple.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the 11th he has another show with, I believe, his other band, which is Hollow Age. So he does vocals for Hollow Age.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's a very multi-talented human being. He also plays cello in like a didgeridoo. Ocarina, like he just whips out random instruments, like, and he's also super hilarious. Like he's a good dude all around, and he's got like some pipes on him. The man can like scream for days. It's crazy.
Yeah, I've seen him. I know who you're talking about now. Once you said the band, this other band, so
he's amazing. And then we got really lucky. Our drummer is Devin Chesky. He's from Externus and Graveyard Apostles.
We got to see Externus play.
Norton's?
No, some other time before that. They are really good.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely death metal though. So that's the thing. So like Devin's a death metal drummer. So we kind of he's definitely like challenging himself and doing a different style here because that's not like what he normally plays. You know, so he's really into like, you know, like
double
death, and he's all about the blast beats like constantly. He'll look at me and he'll just be like for no reason whatsoever. Yeah. And he's amazing though. He's a great drummer. He's also really young, which was kind of surprising to me. Like he's only like 23 years old, which I was like, oh, like man, okay.
Change.
Sure. Keep talking.
You're good. And then like so Cameron has like all of this other stuff going on too. And we just built this group of really insanely talented musicians. Like these musicians that we all have different things we're into, different styles, different backgrounds and everything. And it's just kind of crazy to me, like finding people that are so multi-talented. Yeah. And then people who are as weird and awkward as I am. It's kind of strange.
Yeah.
Because like we all talk too much and we all say things we probably shouldn't say out loud. And like we're vastly inappropriate individuals. And to me, that makes a huge difference. And I think like just how our band works. That we just have a blast.
Yeah. That's the most important thing. I mean, end of the day, money isn't real. No. Have fun. Live every day to the fullest.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, we're all gonna die. I mean, you might as well have fun and weird people out as much as possible. You know, in the process. My mom's like, why don't you paint like flowers or something normal? I'm like,
why?
No, even if that was selling, you know, I mean,
that's not what you do.
No,
right?
I can do them.
Go to any doctor's office in Wichita and you're
find a flower.
Flowers and landscapes.
Yeah, if I could find a doctor's office that would pay me, I guess I would do it. But you know,
they don't.
Yeah,
money's not everything, but you still need it. So
they always hire decorators to do it.
Yeah. A naked alien in there. I got it.
Right, like at a gynecologist's office, it's like a naked.
I did a naked alien, and it got removed for community violation, you know, whatever on TikTok. And I'm like, what the fuck, you know? So I can go see, you know, somebody shaking their real things, you know, and half the time slipping out on purpose. It's like, oh my God. And then, you know, the kid's like, Dad, can I get on TikTok? No.
Absolutely not. Sounds like a terrible time, really.
Yes.
I don't even do the TikTok thing. It's not my thing. Buana loves TikTok, but I'm not about it.
Yeah, I mean, there's other things on there other than that, but it seems like, you know, me being a male, I get all of that. And it's like, I just want stupid,
automatically
people.
Targeted.
Yeah, I just want, you know, I like the craft videos.
Yeah. Because there's some cool shit out there.
And the art stuff. I mean, I go get all kinds of art stuff, but it's like, I'm kind of like in a slump, so I don't want to see it. I don't want to see this cool shit, man. I don't want to see it.
And sometimes I think that's how it is. There are moments where I have to like disengage from music sometimes. Not my music, but other people's, because when things are going the way I want them to, or if I'm feeling like I'm not doing as well as I want to be. I definitely think I run into that a lot, where you just kind of like sit in that place of this isn't where I want to be with my art.
Yeah.
And I think it's hard sometimes to get yourself out of that mode.
It's hard to get out of slumps, any kind of slumps.
Oh,
like I said, you just got to find a way. That's all there is, one way or another. And it's going to change. What you did last time ain't going to work.
Oh, for sure.
So it's like, okay, now what?
Yeah. Well, like, so lyrically, I've been very, what's the word? I've had really bad writer's block.
Yeah.
For a while.
Yeah.
Months and months and months. And it's kind of interesting because I was looking at like, why do I have nothing to write about?
Yeah.
And what I keep coming back to is that my life isn't complete hell. It's not. And I'm like, I have nothing to write about.
Yeah. I mean, life is
Because what I write about is the
turmoil.
fact I want to die. The government sucks. I'm sad. I'm angry. Like those are the things that I write about. Every time I try to write happy music, it just sounds really dumb. And it's just like, this is not it. This is not it.
You gotta tap into it. You look at some of like the gangster rap, like Snoop Dogg, they rapped about all the hoes, but supposedly they were,
The hoes.
Yeah, they were, faithful. Snoop Dogg's been married for
years.
Yeah, I don't know if it's an open thing or what, but
you never
certainly,
know. You never know. But I blame this one for a lot of it. I'm not in some super toxic, messed up relationship anymore.
You can break up so you can write.
Yeah.
Her and I were talking about it. We're like, we can break up and we can write and lose weight.
Just break up for that night.
Well, speaking of
Weight loss breakup.
Speaking of that
and
one,
then you get
Nest
back
Fest.
together.
Oh, yeah.
Too,
How are we going to give these tickets away, Kevin?
Oh, that one.
Wow,
Yeah,
man.
that's right. She's playing
I
it.
tonight.
We're going to do 2 tickets. We got 2 tickets to Nest Fest. It should be on your screen. You should be looking at it now. If not, where the fuck are you?
Yep.
And so we don't know how we're going to do it. So we got 3 people watching. Anybody want some?
A whole 3 people.
Yeah.
So yeah, Buona is playing that show.
Yeah. So it's For the Birds, Rise Again, Sunset Motel, MJ12, and Left Without Notice, December 18th.
Buona, from what I can tell from this flyer, I think you guys are right before For the Birds.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've got the bigger of the.
I don't know. You can't
You're
trust.
the only one not on the
Can't
list.
You
trust-
can't just
so.
invest.
She is the only one not on the
No,
label. That's
that's
true.
Eggs in the basket. You can't put all your eggs in that. basket.
No.
We'll find out.
Buona likes to go early though, because
Oh,
then
who
she can just
doesn't?
relax
Yeah.
for the rest of the time.
Yeah.
I think all musicians feel that way for the most part. I don't like headlining. If
I
I can
used to,
avoid it.
I've been in 2 bands, and the first band was like, yeah, we got a headline. And then the second one was about 10 years older. I'm like, let's go first, man.
Yeah, and then like as a vocalist, I don't drink before I play.
Yeah.
Because it dries out your vocal cords and stuff. So I'm like, oh yeah, so there are tickets.
Physical tickets right here.
Somebody wants some tickets.
We will get them to you. We got 2 of them if anybody wants them.
And if your name happens to be Connor Enderud, I'll give them to you at practice. I don't know if he's still watching or not. I have
Nobody's
no
chimed
idea.
up. Hey, we got 4 now.
Oh, 4 people.
Free stuff.
Free
Tell
stuff.
everybody.
Yeah,
Free
it never
stuff.
fails.
Free
Say
stuff.
free stuff. People show up.
Yeah.
Maybe people will show up. Yeah. Either way, I don't know. But as a vocalist, it's hard because like your nerves get to you, but then so you want to do like a shot or something to like calm yourself down. But if I do that, then I know I'm going to risk vocal integrity.
Yeah.
So I'm like
I always,
anxiety, vocal integrity.
It was beer. I always drink beer.
Mhm.
Yeah, maybe a shot of Jaeger. But again,
Yeah.
it's like the first band, I just played bass in the first band, but still our thought process was, okay, if we write these drunk, we got to play them drunk, so we know we're going to be drinking, so let's get as there was more than drinking going on, but if we just do this completely, if we write it this way, then we'll be able to play it under any mindset.
So how do you deal with a song that you wrote and practice and everything sober, but yet you're at a show?
I winged it, I'm being the bass player. You just gotta stand there and look pretty,
Yeah.
And you can kind of fake it through bass sometimes, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I think that's the nice thing about bass is like, if you do mess up, it's less likely to be noticed.
Yeah.
You have to mess up pretty bad as a bass player, unless like you have a bass solo,
Yeah.
which we have that a lot in
Yeah.
Fractured, because like Nate does a lot of the carrying of rhythm and stuff for us. So, and then like even back when we had Alex before we brought John in, they both have a very specific guitar style where it's kind of floating on top of Nate holding everything together. And so Nate holds a lot of our melodies. Yeah.
Holds it together.
And then John kind of goes on top and he works with that, you know. So Nate definitely has that. So if he messes up, it's a little bit more obvious. But it's like a lot of the other bands that I've been in, they've been able to just kind of float under, you know. And Lightner, when I was in Lightner, which was the band I was in before Fractured, that's how I met Kevin actually. Lightner, my first band. And when I was in that band, we played without a bass player for months. Yeah. Like our guitar player Rocky, he would write the bass tracks, and then we would just play them for front of house as a sample because we had samples anyway. Yeah. So it worked out for us, and we didn't actually end up having a bass player for a ton of our shows. Yeah.
How much more time we got? Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
Well, I don't know.
I've been up here for a while.
You just got up there, Kevin. Shit. I don't know. Okay, it's 6:30, so I don't know.
You want to keep going a little bit more?
Yeah.
All right.
So it's just one of those things that's like, it's definitely possible to like go without it, because I feel like it can kind of ride underneath and you can get away with it in a lot of bands. But metal's one of those that it's a little bit harder sometimes. Like,
yeah, I've heard metal, you know, like a bass player couldn't make it for whatever reason, so they play without the bass player. And pretty cool, whatever. But then when that low end comes in, you're like, oh my gosh,
it's not as full.
Yeah. Some bands just need that.
Yeah, it definitely affects the fullness.
The second band, we've got way too much.
So I think, Connor, was that all right? Fine. So that way you could get tickets. Is that what you were saying? I don't know how long ago he said that.
6:28, so like 2 minutes. Yeah. I don't know. So, all right.
So if you want tickets, Connor, I'll get you tickets. Nobody else has spoken up, so.
That's why it's so hard for us to do. Like,
and it's all ages, so you can bring your brothers.
It's going to be a great show. It says yes. All right, Connor.
He's got 2.
You are the wiener.
Give him 3 tickets then. If he has 2 brothers, just go ahead and give him 3.
Perfect.
You are the wiener.
The wiener.
The wiener. Our giveaways are very brain teasing. We used to ask questions, but then, I mean, it's hard enough just to say, do you want it? And everyone's like,
sure, why not?
They're giving out, I mean, tickets left and right too, so I'm pretty sure everybody.
Oh yeah, and I don't know if Buona has tickets, but I'm sure they have them. Yeah. And so Buona will be running giveaways too. You know, it's one of those things that.
Yeah,
there's plenty of bands.
Like I said, I told him no.
I know. I was like, dude, I got tickets for you. He goes, no, I already bought some. So
yeah.
Like, okay.
I was like, I try to support when I can, and you know, I mean.
Oh, I get that completely.
I had a little extra money, so I'm like, I'm ordering them now.
If you're able to pay for tickets to support the bands, then absolutely. And I think that makes a huge difference. Like, I get it. When you need to save money, it makes total sense. Yeah. But there are a lot of times where I'm like, dude, I get it, but we need this money. Like, we make money off of these door sales a lot of the times. Yeah. Now, at Temple, it's a little bit different because they sell like actual tickets. Yeah. So like they get paid a little bit differently usually in bigger venues. But a lot of the times, like, with these bands, it was smaller venues. Like we're playing a show, Fractured, we're playing a show at Barleycorns on the 10th with Imagine and Odds Against. Yeah. And with that, we're only going to make what we get off the door. Yeah. So that's like one of those.
After the soundman's been paid.
After the soundman and after the whoever's doing promotion and everybody else gets their cut. So then we get like a third of whatever's left. Yeah. And so people don't realize if you don't pay that door cover, we don't get paid. Yeah. And like we played that Kirby show as kind of like ripping the Band-Aid off to get back into it. And we didn't get paid anything for that.
It's all tips.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then we forgot to grab our tips out of the bucket after our set. And then the band after us got all of our tips because we forgot.
Oh, no.
I was like,
oh, no.
Are you kidding
That's
me?
Poor etiquette. The band should have been like, hey.
I know.
I mean, I'm sure they didn't, realize.
They probably
I mean,
didn't
probably
realize it
wasn't-
at
yeah,
all.
they probably were
No,
like, "Oh."
no, they definitely, and they were really nice.
Yeah.
It was new imperialism.
Yeah, it probably was. It
They
was
were
probably
really,
innocent.
really,
They're like, oh,
they were
hell
really
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
They were just like, oh my god, look at all these tips.
Yeah.
So luckily Zane was super, super nice, and he actually ended up giving us their tips, Witch Cradle's tips.
Yeah.
So that was really nice of them. And they worked with us a lot at that show because we have such a big sound because we have samples and we're loud. And Aaron, he's such an incredible drummer. I mean, I talk about this a lot because people like don't understand. Like we get more compliments on Aaron as a drummer than we do anything else in our band.
Yeah.
Like it's not, oh, that vocalist or oh, that bass player.
Yeah,
it's
it's
like that drummer though, because he's just that fucking good.
Yeah.
He's that good, and he doesn't believe that at all.
You get a drummer that's super animated, they almost always end up.
Yeah, he's animated and he's so talented, and simultaneously you're just like, how are you? How it's not even fair, you know?
I know.
You're like, how
Like
are
I
you?
said, I've
so
been a bass
skilled?
player, so
Yeah, and as a bass
And
player,
then-
you have to work with them so closely.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, like I said, in the second band, I was the front man, but Ben, the guitarist, he
Mhm.
was always the one. I mean, dude could freaking shred. Ben Gonzalez, Libra.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah, that was the second band. I was in between Deo. Deo was first, had some shit. I came in.
Oh,
Deo
Deo Mudge.
Yeah,
Deo Mudge.
yeah.
Gotcha.
And then Deo went back, and then Brian ended up taking over the final
Right.
leg of it.
Which he's a great vocalist.
Yeah. And but Ben was always Ben. It was the Ben show.
He's a badass. There's
I
just
mean,
something about it.
It's to the point where it's like, okay, babe, can you calm that shit down
Tone
a
it
little
down.
bit, man? I mean, I don't know how many notes you can squeeze into a second, but I think you could lose a few and still get the point
Yeah,
across.
right.
Oh, I'd fuck with them though. I'd be on the mic, and I'd had all the, I could, and he'd start into a solo, and I'd start in just, and he's like, you know what? I'm not playing that. He's like, oh, you motherfucker.
That's the thing. Like, there are some people that, they play, and you're just like, damn.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's insanely good.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if he's doing anything right now.
I have no idea.
I talked to
We
him.
played with them. Oh, God. Oh, man. Probably like 2018 or something. Maybe.
Yeah, I think 15 was when I left. Maybe
Mhm.
maybe a little bit before that. I can't remember. We recorded like 5 songs, and I just found them on the the Iron Virus, whatever. So I was like, oh shit, I mean,
Yeah.
I assume somebody gave the okay, because I mean, I didn't, but
Yeah.
it's not me. It's Tony's band, so
Yeah.
I don't know how that's working, but it was still cool to come along and find it and
Right.
be able to listen to, which I had most of them. There was like a couple of them that I forgot we recorded that we never released as mastered it up and finally. So
That's always so
I was like,
hard.
oh, I forgot I recorded that.
I did this thing.
Yeah.
That's funny because so when I left Leitner, we had a full album pretty much ready to go.
Yeah.
Except like the final touches on things. And I think that was like the most devastating part of leaving that band for me, was like knowing that we had a full album just sitting there.
Yeah.
And only 3 of the tracks ever got released, or
Yeah.
4 tracks. And I was just like, dude, like that's a whole other like 6 songs that were just sitting there. So like I have like a copy of them on CD and everything. Yeah, it's hard. Oh, is that Bona?
Yeah.
Who's that chick? That beard.
Gotta stalk her from the hallway.
We do. She's sniffing things and staring from the dark.
You ready to switch, Kevin?
Sure.
We got like 20 minutes left.
Yeah, there's just something about like being in bands with these musicians who are just like mind-blowingly good.
And then you get like, ooh, I don't feel worthy, especially as a vocalist, because that's what I'm primarily as a vocalist. And I just, I'm sitting there going, oh my gosh. But because of it, I'm becoming a better songwriter.
And that's it, like that challenge of like, I have to push myself to match this. And that's, I think, what I get with Astral is it's like that new project I'm in, because Connor, like, he writes these super intricate full amazing songs that are like an orchestra, but it's just all him. And like then the Cameron comes in, he adds bass, and they program the drums for Devin, and it's just incredible. And I think that was my thing. One of the things I told him once was I was like, I'm having a hard time writing to this song because this song is a fucking masterpiece, and I don't want to come in here and ruin it. Like, and that's so hard. It's giving me a lot of like hurdles to jump over. And don't get me wrong, like I work hard in Fractured, and they do challenge me because they're a different genre than I'm used to. But it's different when you're working with somebody who's writing something so intricate and so layered that you're like, it's so good. Like, what do I do? Like,
it's almost like you got to do like the Flight of the Bumblebee type vocals, where just it's its own thing.
Like fly on top of it almost. And that's the thing, is it's trying to figure out how to do that without getting lost or without overdoing it.
Mm-hmm.
And that has given me a lot of stuff to work towards. And that has been so cool in that project. And in Fractured, it's a different style and it's a different feel altogether as a band. Like we're a very, like, don't get me wrong, we're weird and we're kooky and awkward, but it's like we're a very serious band. Like that band is very like business, that's right, organized. Like, you know, we're crazy, but we're organized crazy, you know. And Astral's just like sheer chaos. Like we're all just kind of like, wah! Like at all times, and it's very different. It's very different, but it's been worth it, like every moment. Although I am so busy now.
Yeah, like I said, I have to cut back on doing a lot of my live appearances.
Mm-hmm.
Probably won't see me out unless I'm specifically asked to be out. But no, there's some get this, some rap artists want me to have their vocals on their rap stuff, which is very awkward because I'm not going to rap.
Right.
So I gotta, so I gotta figure it out. And so we'll see. I'm traveling to Oklahoma City sometime here to do some recording, and then there's a couple of locals here.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, hey, switch up the genres.
Let
Who
it
knows?
go, Kevin. Just wrap it up.
Yeah, wrap it up.
Not gonna rap.
Get jiggy with it.
I'll do some square dance tunes.
Spin your partner, do-si-do.
Hey, it's the original rap right there, man. So.
It just takes me like Cockney Joe, like, and we were forced like dance
Original
to it.
Country rap, you know, maybe.
No,
What was that? What was
the
that
tractor
song?
rap stuff that's out now.
Oh, is that a thing?
There's country rap, yeah.
Ew. I don't listen to country as it is though. Like
it's kind of funny listening to guys talking about their 4x4s and their tractors and
but they're like rapping about it.
and plowing fields all day and everything. It's like,
Juana, you want to be in a country rap band?
I love country.
Do you want to be a country rapper though?
No.
See, even Juana, who loves country, doesn't want to be in a country rap band.
No, I don't want to be. Oh, I thought you were saying do I want to be a country rapper? I'll be in a country rap band, but I'm not rapping.
oh.
So what are you gonna do in it?
I'll sing.
You gotta sing the hooks. You gotta
I'll sing the hooks.
Gotta have somebody
Oh. You see that loophole she just pulled out? She went,
Yeah, you get to do the rapping part. So there you go.
what did Juana say? I'm gonna
She's over there writing
I'm gonna
lyrics right
pet
now.
that beard. I'm gonna pet that beard. Oh, is that like I'm a pet that dog?
I'm a
I'm a pet that dog. She's like, I'm a pet that beard. I'm a pet that beard. It happens.
Oh, Santia's
Santia.
And we get a few. She was one of our first to do a solo on here.
Was she?
One of the first, yes.
That's cool.
I don't think she was the
awesome.
first, was she? She wasn't
First,
the first, was she?
we did her remote and she played, but I mean the remotes, you know, they don't work right with playing music.
Yeah, discovered that even trying to do with me just coming in.
Well,
The
yeah,
other
it'd be
day.
all right if y'all weren't playing. I told you just to pop on and say hi. Don't listen to me, Kevin.
They wanted to play.
I
dang
know.
It happens.
it, You know, I know how to rectify that because I have a special mic that I can hook into my cell phone that will rectify that, which will actually work because I've done it before.
You
What is back here like, I'm a pet that dog.
better watch your rectum, Kevin.
Watch your rectum, sir. It's getting out of hand here. Loose flatulence. You know.
If brain farts had an odor, this booth would be inhabitable.
So when you're doing this project now, so is it going to get a chance to play out, or are you going to be able to record? Because I know a lot of symphonic type metal bands is really, really hard to play out because of the layers.
So we're not, since we're not technically symphonic metal, we're gents. It's like we don't have all that extra orchestra type stuff in there. He just has a way of layering the things that he does. So there's going to be a lot of heavy sampling because we don't have an extra guitar player. So we're going to have to add, he's going to have to play rhythm, and we're going to have to add all the extras over top through sampling, which is going to be difficult for small venues. I'm a little nervous about that. We want to play. That is the plan. But it is trying to deal with all of that sound in such a small space can be really difficult, and I am
Taryn Severance has that problem.
They struggle, and we struggled in Lightner, and we were pretty minimal on samples, and sometimes with Fracture we struggle as well, and so I'm a little bit nervous about that, but we're gonna try to figure it out as best as we can. We are gonna be playing. That is
sound man gotta be to get James, since he knows how to do that.
Exactly. So when
there's
I was
a lot
Lightner,
of good sound guys in town that are just phenomenal.
So for sure. Like between like Jason and James and what's his face that does Jerry's a lot. Can't think of his name.
Mackey's pretty good too.
Yeah.
As long as you do it in one ear, because you can't hear out of the other ear.
Right. But that's kind of the thing is it's like but Connor does all of our recording. So since he does our recording, we already are recording. It's already there. We actually will be releasing a single here pretty soon. Two singles. We don't have official dates yet, but we have 2 singles that are pretty much ready to go. One is a cover that we don't usually do covers, but we really wanted to do this one, so that'll be fun. And then we have one that the first song that I wrote with them, which is the song that I auditioned with, and that'll be coming out soon as well. We have no social setup because we want to wait until we're ready to drop music before we set them up, because we don't want to be one of those bands that's like, here's this Facebook page, we're a thing, we're gonna send you some music soon, and then like 6 months later there's music. We don't want to do that. We want to hit the ground running. So we're finalizing things now, logos, banners, things like that, merch, like getting things ready and rolling, and then Connor finishes mastering and we finish adding any extras. And then we'll be hitting the ground running as hard as we can.
You know that this jet behind me does T-shirts and patches and everything else.
Do you really?
Yes, he does.
I've been on occasion. Been known to.
Have been known to.
And he's real good about doing the, hey, I need some shirts like in 2 weeks or something like that. He can get a small,
like if you're running low on
quick.
something.
Yeah, he's real good about that. So.
Wow. I'll be in contact with you. In fact, that would be beneficial for Fractured as well, because there's a bunch of different types of stuff we've been wanting to look into.
Yeah.
Because all we have right now are T-shirts.
Yeah, I just stay locally with all the merch people that I know, and there's a lot of them.
We do too.
And can't afford I learned already. We did back in my Rabbits days. We did 100 T-shirts. I still got T-shirts from that days, and I'm like, nope, I'm going to go. It's a lot smaller from now on. I'd rather run out of merch than hang on to it for 20 years.
As Fractured, our first order was almost 100 T-shirts, and we sold out before we had them. And I don't know if that's just because like we did a pre-order, so we got like a bunch of promotion out of it first, but then we refilled them, and we have a bunch of T-shirts still left because we haven't been playing shows, and then COVID happened, and it was like, there's nowhere for us to put them. So we do have a ton of merch with Fractured left. But we want to do booty shorts that say like Fractured and then with like the T in the butt crack, which for us would work, because we're a bunch of weirdos. But it is what it is. I'm excited to play out with Astral though, because I think it's going to be super different from what I do with Fractured, and like the sound is closer to what I was trying to do with Fractured. So I wanted to do this beautiful melodic soaring, like soft tones mixed with these heavy chugging, nasty technical guitar sections, and that was what I wanted, and ended up what I got with this new project. So that's really awesome to like know I'm getting to do the project that I originally sought out.
Well, and I know you can sing, because the first time when I started realizing who you were was when you were up on stage with her.
Oh yeah.
And you were singing some of their songs, and I was like, oh my gosh, her vocals are killer.
Thank you.
And then, it's like, who is she? And then it turned out, oh, I got photos. It's funny. I
Yeah,
got
you've
all
been taking
these.
tons of.
I got so many photos of other people from other bands that I didn't even realize they were in those other bands. And they come back later, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's something. I'm kind of retiring my camera. It's served its purpose.
Yeah.
There's other people out that are kind of doing it. Maybe not at the level I was doing it.
Right.
But that's okay. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But
well, I know Isaiah gets out a lot. Isaiah Eldridge. He doesn't get out as much as he used to.
Right.
But he gets out a lot. He took a ton of amazing pictures of me when I was in Lightner, and I was really stoked about that.
My biggest thing is I was like hitting every venue in town every weekend,
right.
every weekday, every whatever.
And that's a lot of time and energy to put into.
So now I'm just you're not gonna see me out as much because I got other projects that I got to focus on. Talk about other projects next Saturday, the 4th, at Cowtown. My fairy troupe is going to be doing some elf thing on the 4th, and I'm actually involved in the gnomes. Obvious reasons. We're going to be there, I think, the 5th. And then on the tree lightning, whatever they call it, lighting the tree or whatever. It's already there, but
yeah,
we're going to be there the 11th. There's already a Santa Claus, so I'm not going to have to kidnap that one to take over. Nice. But we're going to be there. We're going to be there performing too. Doing a little between the elves and the gnomes. We got this whole thing. I'm not sure how we're. Oh, excuse me. We got individual parts that can be actually done together or separate. So we're actually going to have a separate show when the gnomes do it, and it's in Cowtown.
That's cool.
I'm thinking it's the 5th. I'll have to double check. I'm so terrible with dates sometimes.
Because the 5th would be next Sunday.
All right.
Yeah.
And Cowtowns are still open on Sundays too.
Is it? So. I don't think I've ever been.
It could be the next weekend.
I don't know if I've ever been.
But also, I'll be out and about doing some door stuff. Santa Claus later in December. So this beard's gonna probably even my gnome. I'll probably just go ahead and change it to white.
Just like bright white.
Yeah, and then
Papa Smurf
supposedly. Supposedly, we might have another Nightmare Before Christmas. It was always done at the Boomerang.
Are they even open anymore?
Someone's doing something there.
But it's not Boomerang anymore.
No. Or it might be they're updating. Who knows what they're doing with it. I remember seeing, it's been very different other menus for years because I remember seeing a long time ago, back in the 80s, Manila Road playing there and stuff like that. So it used to be a live venue too. So,
before it became like a gay bar.
Yeah, but it's been like a bunch of stuff in between.
Yeah.
So, but I used to do the Nightmare Before Christmas up until this COVID thing shut everything down, and that was pretty successful because we did 5 straight years.
That's cool.
Where I hosted Santa Spalding, and people would come in and get
Santa
photos.
Spalding.
And we'd have a little.
That's cute.
We'd have a little costume contest, and usually I'd break it down into, okay, we're going to turn this into a dance contest.
How many hopeless people came and awkwardly danced for that?
Oh, maybe about 10 or 15 people, maybe.
That's more than I would expect.
Yeah.
Hansen on there, any chance?
Hansen on there?
You've seen Hansen pop up?
Did you?
No.
All right. Well, Hansen's probably a busy man.
Which Hansen?
Hansen Long. We started this one last week. You want to switch? How many time is it?
I don't know.
We got 8 minutes left.
Okay. We'll finish it out.
Say how many?
We're going to have to do some cover up.
Yeah, obviously.
Some Sharpies bleeding through. So I'm going to probably put 20 layers of paint to cover it.
Well, probably some highlight too.
Cover it with black or something and then go back. Stupid.
It's like everything.
Paint it black.
We really changed. We used to really hustle to try to get stuff done before the hour was over.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're just leaving a lot of stuff half done. So now we take 2-3 shows to get things done.
And this is a painting. Originally was a painting off of our 3rd show, but we hated the painting. It was the original premise. We kind of took cues from the audience, the suggestions.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, at first there was like kind of an onslaught, and so we had like 50 suggestions. So we kind of tried to combine them, and it didn't. It looked like it was supposed to be like a pirate potato and a Viking ship, and so we called it Spud's Revenge. and it looked like a turd. It just straight up looked like a turd with hands and a sword swinging from this. And so, you know, we didn't even take it. I don't think we took it out to any of the events that we were trying to sell the artwork. But it
Well,
just
the problem is everybody was getting too much on the suggestions. Like,
yeah,
like you were messing with me that one time.
Yeah.
Do what was it? A drag?
Oh God, I can't remember. But
A pirate riding an octopus. You know, he was just screwing with me because I was doing.
Because everybody was like, "Come on, people!" I mean,
just like anything you can think of, just like toss it in there.
yeah, it's like, geez, come on. So we nixed that, and then we started
if you're
at
gonna
least
make the suggestion,
doing what
then you
we're
need
doing.
to also maybe purchase it.
Yeah.
Right.
You suggest it that hard, buy it.
Oh yeah.
Did you get those tickets or did?
Yeah, I
Okay.
snatched them over here. And actually, one of Connor's brothers is right there, Matthew Kirk.
Kirk,
So I was looking for
what's
Hansen to
up,
see.
Connor's brother?
Yeah.
Thomas Benny.
That is Buana's guitar player's cousin.
Oh yeah, Thomas was on the show a couple
Yeah.
weeks ago. He's a good guy.
He's his voice. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he had the benefit or something, some charity thing yesterday. I missed getting a painting to him, but it's just been nuts, dude.
He's incredible. Like I remember when I met him. It was an accident.
Mm-hmm.
We were just at Shamrock one night, just like watching a show, and he was singing, and I was like, man, I was like, that motherfucker can sing.
Yeah.
And then Buana realized, she went, oh, I know him. And yeah, no, he can sing, dude. Like, yeah, man, can sing.
He's definitely very talented.
He really is.
Except I was just a busy week, and I just last 2 days I've been kind of hiding in here and working on some digital artwork. I've either been doing, real artwork, I guess, but I mean, people like digital artwork and they're like, oh, fuck yeah,
like physical, physical artwork that you can touch.
It is still artwork, so I mean, I'm like, no, I mean, just because I got a different tool, I mean, if Picasso was alive in Photoshop, he'd be using that shit, you know. I mean, come on.
Like my sister prefers like physical art,
Yeah.
but she still does a ton of digital because it does well for her, So being able to do both is a good thing.
You gotta basically copy ready when you do it that way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I mean,
as it is, we gotta take photos of it. And
so you may as well just do it on the computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of the same techniques. It all helps go back and forth. I mean, because like I said, I like spray paint. I've been getting into the spray paint.
That's cool.
I would like to do a big mural someday, but I have yet to find anybody to pay me to do a big mural. So
we almost had it, and then
we almost
faded away on us.
It happens. That's
city
cool.
in the
Got to do a small one.
small mural.
The tips the tip sign.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's us.
that's
ours.
cool.
Yeah.
He did the spray paint part, and I did the bucket.
That's awesome. Well, and it's so crazy to me because like I wished artists got paid more. Like it doesn't make sense to me like why people expect people to literally give up like days of their lives for free.
Yeah.
And I'm like
I said, I mean, there was a meme, like sports, there's a winner or a loser. Because it's objective. Art, music, it's subjective. I mean, there's no clear winner. I mean, you can't even at any kind of battle of the bands. I mean, if you've been to enough of them or even been to one of them, it's just a pageant. It's a pony show. Who
has the most support?
Exactly.
That's what it becomes.
Who has the better friends and the higher up in the chain. So I mean, it's never been something we did a few just to do them, but I mean, we knew we did one in Hutchinson against an old folks home.
At an old folks home?
Yeah, we're a metal band. We didn't know it was an old folks home. Oh yeah.
How did that go?
Oh, we played it. We rocked it like it was no other, but we did not win.
Themselves? Did they?
I don't think they did. I don't think they did. I think it was.
Well,
I'm sure it was some kind of faith.
What's going to happen when we're in the old folks' home? And what are we?
I would enjoy it. I would start rocking, but I think we'd probably be the only one.
Why not? Yeah.
We had one lyric that said, I mean, it was pretty dark, but your God can't save you now. And,
and you're like in like a Christian base, like old folks.
I think I went. I mean, they couldn't. I mean, it's screaming. I doubt they could.
They probably couldn't understand it anyway.
They just like Satan.
Satan.
Someone would probably like, yeah, you're right.
It really can't. We're all gonna die someday.
Yeah.
So I just moved my mom
was
into a retirement apartment. Pretty much had to be over 60 to get in.
there was a
She's
few
in her
other
80s
lyrics that probably didn't go over very
A
well.
couple of those older ladies are just crazy, man. They're funny.
Oh, and they crack me up. There are certain like old
We were
people that just
slacking
make
here.
me so
Thomas says,
happy to
"Old
be
friend."
alive.
Yeah, this one, she's like, this has been the best place I've ever lived in. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I would start a pit, might break a hip. Yeah. Do you know how many times I've been at like punk shows and stuff though? But not even just like punk. Or I'll be at like a grunge show and they'll be like, we're gonna start a circle pit. And then I go in there thinking, we're starting a circle pit. And then like people aren't prepared because I think metal circle pit, not we're all gonna kind of jump and push each other a little bit. I'm like, tearing up.
It was the last time I seen Clutch. I say we got a few more minutes. I mean, we don't got nobody on behind us. But the last time I seen Clutch, which I've seen him 2 or 3 times, and I like Clutch, but it was the Edge. I think it got tore down when they made the arena. But there used to be a bar. It wasn't River's Edge, but I can
Say she would know better than me. I don't know.
It went through several different names. Like
You talking about the one by the roundabout?
no. Like kind of Emporia or whatever, but Barleycorn's right there.
Mm-hmm.
If you went south down that road right now, if you went to it, you would run into the arena. But I think if you went down there a little bit further, where the center of the arena is now, I think there was a
they
little
tore
bar.
all those out because there used to be a bar right on the corner there.
Yeah, I mean it went through names. I mean it went through so many names I can't even remember. But it had a pretty cool layout. Had like a pool table upstairs. You could go over and you still watch the band. And
That's cool.
Clutch was the biggest band I've seen there. But, we keep going into a couple songs and mosh. I've never been a mosh pitter. I've always been a scrawny guy. I mean, I'll stand on the edge and, make sure everybody gets up safely, and doesn't get trampled.
You're that guy. Yeah, the helper.
Yeah. So it's like, I'll be fine right here. I'll help you all from here. But so one starts breaking out and old Neil, whatever, the lead singer, can't remember his last name, what his name is, but he's like, hey, we got to stop this. We don't. I'm like, I still love you, but fuck you, man.
Oh, for sure.
Like, what the fuck?
For sure.
I think that's when the world started going downhill. I mean, it's like
things
at a concert, you get told to stop mosh pitting because we don't want nobody getting hurt.
And that's so weird to me because there's
I love you, Clutch, but come on now.
Pit etiquette, man.
You
have
get
pit
knocked
etiquette.
down, you help them back up.
You help them up.
And okay, I mean, other than a few songs, who's gonna be moshing that hard at a Clutch concert? Anyhow, that's my thing. Okay, I mean, if it was, if it was somebody else, I could see, hey, y'all need to Guar or some shit. I mean, hey, yo, no stabbing babies, no baby sacrifices out there or nothing. But
this isn't like black
but
metal.
Clutch is like, hey, can you guys calm it down?
Can you calm it down a little bit?
I'm like, oh my
and
God.
I'm like, you can't shame me.
And like I said, I think I probably quit listening to them after that. I mean, I still like their old songs, Supergrass, and
old school. But
it's
sometimes I think as people get older, they get a little bit more conscious of that.
Venues tell them they can't do it.
Oh yeah,
Sometimes the venues say, if this shit breaks out and you don't stop it, we're gonna stop the show.
Yeah.
And I've had that happen to us before.
Yeah. So I mean, it could have been a lot of things, but I was just like, man, something's wrong with the world.
It's just kind of crazy. Like things have just gotten out of hand. And honestly, I think music is one of those things that you shouldn't you should be able to lean on that in times of chaos.
Yeah.
And I think that's really hard when you're basically being told no. How are we supposed to deal with what we're feeling and deal with the world if you're tearing down the thing that gives us hope, or helps us feel what we're feeling? And I think that's the beauty of it. Music saves and it moves you forward. And so when somebody comes in and tells you no, I get it. And liability wise, I get it. But still, it doesn't happen super often where people get that messed up at shows. It's not.
My main point was, who's moshing that hard at a fucking Clutch concert? Come on, guys. I mean, get a little bit of head bobbing going. But...
Yeah, most of the Clutch fans just sit there.
They're bobbing. They're not trying to fuck shit up.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was very funny. It's something I'll always remember. Like I said, I've seen him lots of, other than Korn, I've never really been a Korn fan, but I've seen Korn more than any other band just because they always opened or always played the shows that, the bands, and like I said, I mean, I like Korn. I'm not, say, "Oh, corn sucks," but they're not. I mean, I've never went to go see them.
Right.
I've
It
seen
wasn't
them
like
the
your
most,
point.
but I never went to go see Korn, but I've seen them the most.
That's me with Killswitch Engage. It's that same situation. I
Yeah.
never go to the show for Killswitch, although they're great live. I love them.
Yeah.
But I never go to see them. They just happen to be playing at all of these shows for people
Probably
I want
seen
to
them
see.
a few times because I haven't. I'm not big on Killswitch, but
Yeah, they're fine.
yeah, but
And they're great performers. I love watching them. But I don't listen to them in my free time. I'm not like in my room like rocking a Killswitch.
Yeah.
Like that's not...
some It's like I don't know, but it's I forgot where we were going. We lost all
fine.
track. It's time to go. I think. Yeah, mosh pits.
Right.
We're at 7:04, so we went 4 minutes over. Sue us. Go ahead.
Go to some shows, people.
Yep.
We got shows coming out. Go.
Yes, you had. Did you have one before the 18th? I mean, I know she's got one.
So we play on the 10th,
10th
at Barleycorns, which is the same night as that Thursday Rejection show.
Yeah. At
Temple. So, I mean,
clone yourself. Be both places.
Yeah, make it work. Okay. So that's with Fractured, and that's basically all we have going on. This will be our last show of the year, probably for a while, just because we're writing and we're working on getting the more recorded and stuff.
Yeah.
So I get to work with them and those three like incredibly talented musicians, and I have my other band. So there's going to be a lot of new stuff coming out, especially like for Fractured. We're working on a lot right now. So hopefully within the next few months we'll have new music to put out and new stuff. It's just a matter of getting in and getting it done.
Yeah.
So focusing on that and moving forward.
Just a quick push. Let's see, who do we got next week?
If we have not verified, but I have it under good authority, he will be forced to be here one way or another. Hector, I'm not even gonna Elemendar. No, I'm not. Yes. I'm horrible. I can't. Words.
That's why he goes by Hector Alman.
Yeah.
But it's easier, yeah.
Words are hard.
To
the open jam at Barleycorns on the day I was doing quick sketches of all the players, and I handed. My gosh, he was so appreciative. He's like, "Let me pay you," and I was like, "No." He still snuck a couple of bucks.
Of course he did.
Yeah. Because I get it because it does take. And normally on those pieces I do, I sell them for $75, but I was just in the mood, so I get in that
Kevin
mood.
and I,
Next
11.
thing you know, there might be a sketch of you somewhere.
Shuts up back there.
Never.
We got the Kansas Pop Expo, which I will be present this time. I mean, last one you kind of got stuck doing.
I'll be present for most of it, but I have to do that Christmas show too later. So.
Yeah.
I'll actually, ironically, also be there, not for my art, but for my sister's.
Yeah.
So you can see me
you're gonna
too.
come in all decked out, right?
Always.
That was
Always.
that hair you had was like, oh my God.
I don't go anywhere like
It was
without a
bunch of
costume.
tubes. There was a bunch of tubes or something.
Tubular crin, that's what it's called. Yeah.
I was like, wow.
All right, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Cheers with whatever you're drinking.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Would be great.
Who's
Just
that?
say badass.
Just say badass.
Oh, Thomas. Yeah. Hey, Thomas.
Barleycorns
How's
it
going, bro?
is.
He's been on
Base
here.
Creator 5. I don't know who that is.
No idea.
Thumbs up.
Pit
Pit
Polices.
Polices. Yeah. All right, guys.
Dope.
Thomas is an excellent guitarist, man.
He is.
I love him.
Great vocalist too. I love his voice.
That dude saved my ass, man, because I needed a third one time.
Oh, hey, that's me.
And
Oh, yeah, I'm
another band
screaming.
which I won't name. I'll never ask him to play again. But he's
Hector
definitely
is
that
bad.
guy that if you need somebody real quick just to fill
Later,
it in,
y'all.
Mhm.
and he can play so